We have got the young star LaMelo Ball on ESPN tonight, coming off his 5th career triple-double. 4 of those have come this season. That's already tied for the most in a single season in franchise history. It's the Hornets and the Lakers coming up in about 20 minutes. Meanwhile, tonight's three-point performance is brought to you by Mountain Dew, and it was the Splash Brothers in the Bay. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson combining for 11 threes against the Timberwolves. It was the 26th game in which the duo each had 5 triples. That is the most of any pair in NBA history. The big news yesterday, All-Star Game starters were announced, and you'll see first-timers in the game. Andrew Wiggins and Ja Morant out west. Trae Young on the 12th place Hawks in the game. What you will not see are any players from the top teams in each conference, the Suns and the Heat. They are number 1 in the standings in their respective conferences, but neither of them have an all-star starter. They don't get quite the respect a lot of people think they should. So, Jalen, let's play a game we used to play on the old show called Either, Neither, or Both. If I said the Suns and the Heat, who's getting to the finals? Either, neither, or both?
I'm going to say both.
Both.
And here's why. Not to disrespect the Milwaukee Bucks, the reigning champions, Stephen A., but the East has been a revolving door since LeBron left. I believe that continues. They're the number 1 seed right now. In Heat culture, let me just tell you, Eric Spoelstra, all of these guys are undrafted, and they've played quality minutes for the Heat. How about Duncan Robinson? He's at a 27-point game. Gabe Vincent, 27-point game. Strauss, do you know who that was before this year?
Yeah, no,
He's had a 32-point game. Caleb Martin has had a 28-point game. I didn't bring up Jimmy Butler, Bam, or Lowry, and Tyler Hero, who may be their all-star this year.
I think Tyler Hero is an all-star.
How about that? And then Phoenix, player development. The big position was short last year against the Milwaukee Bucks. So you go out and get Biyombo, playing quality minutes for them. You let the young fella Smith play good minutes. JaVale McGee playing good minutes. They're 16-3 without DeAndre Ayton, who's averaging 18-10 when he plays. Both.
So Jalen's got the Heat and the Suns. Michael, how about you?
I started off with the Heat and the Suns, so I'm certainly staying with both. I think, to Jalen's point, Miami's better now than they were in the bubble when they got to the finals 2 years ago. It's a better team now. More complete team. Guys like Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, who were new to the whole thing, now they've absorbed Eric Spoelstra and, of course, Pat Riley in that culture, Jimmy Butler and Bam. And so they're a better team. And the Suns, and I got a chance to spend some time with Chris Paul and Devin Booker last night, and you talk about a quiet confidence. There's no drama. There's no beefing. There's nothing but Chris Paul literally said he loves to come to work every day. He's like, I'm coming to the gym. All we do is come here trying to figure out how to win tonight's game. That's it.
And today, that's why I can't say the Nets, because they represent the opposite in a lot of ways.
I haven't heard the Nets. I haven't heard the Warriors. A lot of names I haven't heard. Stephen A., how about the Heat and the Suns?
I have to confess a couple of things, okay, because my judgment is a little bit skewed here. On one hand, I want to say Miami because of South Beach, and I'm not apologizing for that. And the fact that they've got perimeter shooters, exceptional coaching, they will play defense. They got a rough rider led by Jimmy Butler, and I'm not talking about just closing games or whatever, because they got a couple of dudes that can deliver for you. But in terms of a mindset and not backing down from anybody, I like the Miami Heat. I'm not going to disagree with you there. I can't go with the Coyotes. I mean the Phoenix Suns. I just can't do it. And for me, it's about, I think Phoenix is going back to the conference finals, but I think the Warriors are standing in their way. I don't care what I'm seeing right now, for the most part, from Phoenix. I respect the fact that they're the best team right now. But Klay's coming on strong, averaging more than 15 a game, shooting nearly 37% from 3, and he's just getting warmed up. Andrew Wiggins is an all-star who I expect that to elevate his confidence. Steph Curry's been struggling lately. That ain't gonna last. And oh, by the way, Draymond is coming back. Wiseman, we hope, ultimately would be back. And so when I look at it from that perspective, I'm saying, excuse me, the Warriors were rolling before these things took place, before Klay came back and before Draymond got injured. I expect the Warriors to still be the team everybody's going to have to answer to.
I expect them to play in the Western Conference Finals. But let me just ask you this, Stephen.
Yes.
There's no but for the Suns.
What do you mean?
There's no but.
What do you mean?
You got all these buts.
Against the Nets,
you got all these other ifs and what ifs with the Warriors. If Wiseman comes back and when Draymond, the Suns have no buts.
Come on. I would ask you to be very, very careful. God bless him. We love ourselves some CP3. But there have been injuries in the past.
Yes.
Devin Booker, we love him. He's a star. There have been injuries in the past. Kaminsky had to fill in. Dario Saric went down last year.
Yep.
You don't know what's going to happen. So the same thing I'm saying now, you could be saying
Of course, I'm just saying
All right,
the Suns, like the Heat,
you have health.
are better than the time they went to the finals, each one in the last 2 years.
And I think the Warriors are significantly better than they were last year.
To me, the headline here is all three of you
I want no
picked
Coyotes.
Miami to win the East, leaving out the Nets, leaving out the defending champs, the Milwaukee Bucks. We will see. Meanwhile, we've got the Hornets and the Lakers coming up here, and it's not just one superstar, developing young star, I should say, in Charlotte. How about this one? Miles Bridges, what a terrific season he is having alongside LaMelo. That tip-off is about 15 minutes away. Meanwhile, as we continue, we are at the Seaport. We're brought to you by Chase. He's Stephen A., Michael Wilbon, Jalen Rose. I am Greeny. We've got good games for you tonight. The Lakers and Hornets in Charlotte, the headline there. LeBron James, Anthony Davis will not play. We will see if Russell Westbrook can carry L.A. to a victory. Then the Knicks and the Bucks, our late game tonight. But our opening tip tonight actually does involve the Lakers. Joel Embiid's MVP campaign continued in a big way last night as the Sixers waxed L.A. LeBron didn't play then either. Lakers are 5-8 without him. However, when he plays, he's been brilliant. He has scored at least 25 points in 18 straight games. In fact, he is averaging 29 points a game this season at the age of 37, but his team is a game under 500. So, Michael Wilbon, if you had to pick one word to describe his season, what would it be?
Then none of them are flattering. Unfulfilled. Because LeBron's been great, but in the context of what we know LeBron James to be for almost 20 years, so what? We know he's great. I mean, we got sitting around going, oh, is LeBron still great? Yes. It doesn't mean anything in terms of the context for which he's been playing seriously since like year 4 of his career. Unfulfilled.
Jalen.
I like that answer. Mine is incomplete for 3 reasons. One, he's LeBron James, and like Tom Brady, he's earned the autonomy to play championship or bust basketball at this point of his career. 2, he plays for the Lakers. That franchise and that fan base expects to be a contender every year. 3, they're in the West, and they're not going to be as good as the Golden State Warriors, the Phoenix Suns, the Memphis Grizzlies, and probably the Utah Jazz at any point of this season. So incomplete.
I have a deep appreciation for the level of eloquence you both just disseminated to the masses. It's very, very nice of you. And y'all are very, very kind. But let me be far, far more direct. The operative word is useless. That's exactly what's applicable here. Over the last 18 games, when LeBron James went on that tear, they were a game above 500. You're now a game under 500. I'm sorry, what has it accomplished? I don't measure LeBron James by numbers. He's a career 27-point-per-game scorer. I trust and rely that what he brings to the table every single night is going to be consistent. But evidently, the level of leadership that was capable of galvanizing folks in the past that led him to 10 trips to the NBA Finals, 4 chips overall, that is completely and utterly non-existent here. And then last night, no disrespect to LeBron James, he actually contributed to it because I don't know about anybody else. But I'm getting sick and damn tired of these players missing these damn games. Now, LeBron James is he's a different animal because he doesn't miss many games. But if you're going to miss the game, you got 41 home games. Could you miss one of those? Philadelphia gets to see you once a year, and you got left knee soreness. And the Lakers described it as mild knee soreness. So it's minor, it's mild, but you still missed the game.
You know what, Stephen?
Tired
to
of
that
it.
point, players often talk aloud and with great pride about how they love playing in New York.
Yes.
Playing in Philly ought to mean just about the same thing because heaven knows that franchise has been more important to the league and its success over at least the past since 1973, since 74, 5, than the Knicks. And so playing in Philly is chopped liver? That's not.
But I'm glad you went there because playing in Detroit should be like playing in New York and playing in Philly because you're doing it for the love. And that's why I've always been against the whole load management thing since day one. I've never embraced it. And the last Laker point, they got a worse record than the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard hasn't played yet this year.
And Paul George has been out for months. No, look, we'll see. Russell Westbrook, it's like when your parents are away for the weekend and you got the house to yourself. Russell Westbrook's got a chance. We'll see what he's able to do.
I'm driving the car, everything.
May I put the national basketball players on notice?
Go.
The owners are coming for y'all. You cannot miss games. Game after game after game, and then you got players expected to be paid, but they missing
Guaranteed
games.
contract.
You're not going to continue to get away with this. They're going to see to it.
And the fix should be, if they're going to miss a game, it should be a home game.
That's right.
Like you said earlier.
Unless you're injured. Of course, unless you're injured.
We will see. All right, we're looking forward to the games tonight. Either way, Lakers and Hornets and Knicks and Bucks. And meanwhile, we will see if, according to DraftKings, at the bottom of the hour, Lakers looking to get back to 500 in Charlotte. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the